With the little voice that I have, I choose to serve him. I'm so glad, Bishop, I did not bow the bell. I'm so glad I said no to the record deals. So glad I said no to all of this other stuff. I just want God's glory to be evident in my life. Because I thought about it the other day. I said, Lord, I didn't choose ministry, but you chose ministry for me. Same way he chose things for people. He chose this for me. To represent him. To represent him. And God said, you represent him well. As an apostle of God, you are a blaze of fire. Hey, and you knock down the wall. That's why your arm be hurt. Now, it's higher. And your leg be hurt because in the spirit is still kicking walls down. Hey, God. But God said, don't quit. Keep knocking them down. Oh, that hammer that's in your hand. Keep knocking that nail in that devil's head. Because you're making a movement, Bishop. Higher heights and deeper depths. Thank you, Lord. I just praise God for you. I said to Pastor, amen. I'm so glad to have a sister, blood sister, that's in the Lord with me. Amen. So glad that God sanctified us in the womb. You see, just like if God would have killed you in the belly. Hey! He thought he going to close your mouth, but God loosed your throat. Then I see kind of. Oh, somebody else got to praise. Lord. And we didn't die through the tribulation. Evangelist, you won't die. Thank God. You live and not die, declare the works of the Lord. There's more rewards coming for you. I need to get out of here because God is moving and I just feel his glory coming to recompense. Hey, but I'm just blessed. My spirit is free. I'm sanctified and I'm saved. And I'm glad about it. How about you? Pray myself.
Bishop, any other ministers have any words at this time?
First, giving unto God who's the head of my life. I want to thank the Lord for being here today. Thank the Lord. Life help us can always say that. Thank the Lord for my bishop, Bishop Gloria W. Pastor Robert Stewart, Assistant Pastor Quanisha and Kirby. Thank God for all of the prophets, all of the missionaries, saints, friends, children. Thank God for that word today. Yes. Because we need peace. In this turmoil world, we need peace. We need happiness and joy, not pain. I want to thank God today for my bishop. Just a few Sundays ago, my mother was unresponsive to all of the doctors and nurses. And when I came here and Bishop looked at me, she asked me what was wrong, and I told her. She said, leave here and go to the hospital. But, saints, I couldn't leave because my spirit was down. And when I walked in that hospital, me, Bishop, and my wife, Prophet Washington, I felt death. And I just walked in, I was praying in my spirit. And when we got in there, Mother was still unresponsive. But we all know there is a God, a living God, a powerful God, all knowing. And as Bishop was rubbing Mother's feet and praying, and Prophet Washington had fed her, and I just turned to the side and just prayed. And you can just feel the oil coming back into Mother. And I was just thanking God for what he was about to do. Because that Sunday, I was down and it was like, Satan was saying, it's over, what you want to do now? And that Monday came, I went on to work, and so I called my sister. I walked outside and called my sister, and so I never heard her sound like this. That was my wife. And she said, Peter, she said, the doctor just called me. And she said, prepare. I said, doctor told her to prepare for the worst. And I just began to pray, just walk around. And I stopped doing my work and just walk around and begin to pray. And when you said, if she gone, let her go. But I couldn't. As long as I wouldn't let go, I couldn't let her go. Because that's all I had from my parents. And beside my grandmother. And I said, Lord, I threw my hands up. And I was talking to the Lord, and some of the people looked at me and asked me what was wrong. I just kept talking to the Lord. And so I released Mother, because I was holding her. And I released her to the Lord's hand. And I told her, Lord, whatever your will is, not my will. But let your will be done here. You see fit to bring her home, take her home. If not, still let your will be done. And like I said, as Bishop was praying and rubbing her feet, it put me in the mind of Mary when she was the mother of Jesus, when she was praying and talking to the Lord. And it made me know that the Lord was with you and always have been with you. And in that hospital, I saw the Lord hands just hovering all in the hospital, all on Bishop, all on my wife, and I felt a relief. I felt a relief. And the angel of the Lord was all in there. And I said within myself, I said, "Show me, God." And I just went to thanking God. You know, it's just something in me, it's always been within me my whole life. I never would stop. No matter what I would do, I never would stop pushing forward. You know, and I just thank God for just that little faith. Even though my faith was down the other Sunday, just that little faith. The Bible said faith of a mustard seed. And that's the smallest seed in the world. And I had just that little faith to keep pushing on. And I thank God for what he done. And my mother was laying up with them two little unresponsive. Now, she's on her walker.
Praise God, praise Him.
She's feeding herself. She's talking. She's laughing. It was the prayers from this church. The prayers from this church. I'm not talking about other churches. The prayers from this church. Because on my mother's side, people not where they need to be in the Lord. Even though a lot of them turn their back on mother. They come down here to visit, you want to go to the hospital and see your sister. And the Lord speaks about that. When you were hungry. When I was hungry, you gave me nothing to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me nothing to drink. So if you done it to the least of these little ones, you've done it to me. So those who didn't do what they're supposed to do, no prayers, you just want to call and speculate and see what's going on, they have their reward. But I thank God for this church because them prayers went up. I know they did because mother laughing and talking and feeding herself. And she said thank you to the church. Bishop, Robin, mother said thank you. These are soldiers in this church, and I thank God for each and every one of you. You all know the words of prayer, pray my spirit in the Lord.
I spoke my words in the beginning, praise God.
Clap now, Bishop.
tonight, we supposed to accomplish Bishop, he asked us to accomplish him at in Mount Spring, he got to preach and he wanted us to sing, he said, Terrence, give me for the mass choir, for everybody to come and sing. And we gotta be there at 7:00, praise God. So I pray for all y'all that be obedient and go. And remember on this week to keep us in prayer because we have to go out of town. Remember, we have to be out of town this week.